Barry, 354-512.
My name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Ms. Renata and Mr. Roche. I will be your panel, explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a full interview, ask you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Sir.
And we looks like we have Ms. April Shivers, George Dawson, Adrian Carlton Shaw, Kendria Carlton, and Deidre Carlton. And let's take the appropriate time. Second, Littleberry, DOC number 354-512. You're a third-class offender for eligibility date 5/30/2022. Good time 11/17/2035. Full time 11/12/11/2039. 40-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
On robbery, 4 counts of armed robbery. Does that sound correct? Count 4 on robbery and count 1 on robbery. Does that sound correct?
No, sir. I had an attempted armed robbery and armed robbery.
Yes, attempted on robbery count 1 and on robbery count 4. That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Cedric, how old are you, Cedric?
45, 46 in May.
How many years have you been incarcerated on this 40-year sentence?
23.
3 years.
23 years, yes, sir.
Yeah, 23.
Yes, sir.
Right. 2-3. What do you currently do there at the facility?
I'm the
Are you a trustee? What are you?
I'm the head baker on 18. Sorry.
Head baker? The head baker on 18.
The head baker. I've been head baker for 6 years.
Okay. Like say hello to Warden Day. Looks like he snuck in on us. Hey, Warden. How long have you been a head baker?
6 years now.
When's your last disciplinary write-up?
When was it? Or what was it?
Yeah, when was it? I know what it was. I mean, I won't tell that. I'm looking at it.
I'm pretty sure it was right a year and a half ago.
Don't be pretty sure. Tell me when it was.
A year and a half ago. January of 22.
Okay, January of 22. Okay, tell me what it was.
I don't remember the exact write-up, but it was disobedience or maybe me and the officer had a minor verbal altercation at the gate. Do you want me to explain the write-up or just?
Yes, aggravated disobedience looks like you had 22, and 21 you had a disobedience, and then it looks like in 21 you had a contraband, right? I mean, that's kind of.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about those 3. How about that?
Which one you want me to speak on first, sir?
Yeah, you pick one.
Okay, the contraband was I got wrote up for having dry dip in my pocket. I was accused of driving smoking. It was wet dip. I pled guilty on it. The incident at the gate, it occurred. I was leaving work one morning. I was taking some trays. I was told to take some trays to the cell block, and the officer we was in a bad mood, and he said some things to me that shouldn't have been said, and I responded in a way that I shouldn't have. The audio and video was reviewed by the major. And I was sentenced to, I think, 2 weeks canteen, which was the sentence for a local writer, because after they reviewed the RVR, they saw that things were said by the officer that should have been said and didn't warrant the sentence that they was giving me for a write-up.
All right, then you had 1 and 21, another disobedience, 6, 7, and 21. That's the one at the gate. 1, 6, 22. Is that the one at the gate you're talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about the one on 6, 7, 21?
Oh, I didn't have my blanket folded up on my bed. The officer came through, and I was at work. I leave out for work at 2 in the morning. And you have a certain time of the year that you have to have your blanket folded. And I didn't have my blanket folded properly. My bed was made, but the blanket wasn't folded in the proper manner that they wanted it folded at to put it in the bed.
I got it. Got to overlook that thing. Probably the incident at the gate, you probably need to try to, be a little more calm in that scenario. I understand sometimes people saying things that's not good, but you're there for a reason.
Yes, sir.
So that's just all part of it. So tell me, do you have a high school diploma or a GED?
2 of them. I completed my high school diploma in 2004, as well as 2 VOTECs, a VOTEC in 2005 and a VOTEC degree in 2006.
What was that?
I completed offset printing, and I completed auto body repair.
Auto body and what?
And offset printing.
Okay. And you graduated from high school, you said?
No, sir. I completed my GED in 2004 while I went to Correctional Center. And
what year did you drop out of school?
In the 11th grade.
Why did you drop out?
The streets.
Learn the streets.
Yes, sir. The streets. I chose the streets.
Just to get in trouble or to do drugs? Were you a drug user?
No, sir, I wasn't. It was neither. I be honest with you, sir, it was life circumstances. It was the situation I was in, the upbringing I had, and the only thing I knew was the streets. The way I was raised, the environment I was raised in, the community, the things that I was raised in, the things that I was involved in. Everything led me to the streets. I don't want to go into detail about my mother and the things she did in life, and I don't make excuses for the wrong I did, but I had nothing and I had no one. And the streets, that's all I knew. And that's what took me down was bad. It was.
So you didn't use any drugs, you didn't use any dope, alcohol, drinking, nothing?
Sir, the only drugs I ever done was marijuana, and I cannot stand alcohol. I don't drink.
I just want to say the reason that I chose to do Cedric's video was because of that piece that he just said, because I have a similar story, and I looked back at his crime and the time that it happened, and it happened in 1999, and around that time there was a lot of drug activity happening in the world. If some of you remember, there was a big Just Say No push. Nancy Reagan's crack campaign happened, and that was really big in the world. And I had a similar kind of upbringing as him. However, the difference is I had a supportive mother. My mom just worked a lot, was the difference. My mom was there. She worked a lot because she was raising kids, and trying to make sure that we could get out of that. And then if she moved us away from that situation, out of that neighborhood where the crack was. And thank God she did. You do get drawn into the streets. So I just wanted to say that that's what kind of led me to do this case. Not an excuse for armed robbery.
I have smoked marijuana. Yes, I have.
Have you smoked? Have you been tested hot while you've been in jail? You had any drug write-ups since you've been incarcerated?
Yes, sir, I have.
Or bad urine? How long ago was that?
The last one was, I think, was in 2020. And if you allow me to explain.
Yeah, it's fun.
Please. The whole dorm was tested, and my cup tested positive for amphetamine. And I'm not disputing the right. My cup tested positive for amphetamine. We were taken to the infirmary, and the major allowed me to give it. I told the major that, excuse me, I'm nervous. I'm sorry. Please. Please. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Tested positive. Major said what?
Yes, sir. I tested positive for amphetamine. We went to the process here at RCC is you're taken to the infirmary where your test to be confirmed by the medical staff. When we got to the infirmary, I told the major that I wasn't involved in no methamphetamines. I never done amphetamine. He allowed me to give a separate urine sample into another cup. I gave a urine sample. That cup tested negative, but I was still found guilty for the dirty urine because one cup tested positive. But at the time, I was the nurse notified the major that the medication that I was on may have gave a positive reaction to the amphetamine. I was taking, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was a medication for sinus infection, and I was taking pain pills from the dentist for teeth I was having pulled. And I also have dirty urines in my jacket from prior to this one. The last one was maybe 10, 12 years ago for marijuana. That's the only dirty urines I have.
All right, so what kind of classes have you been taking? What have you been doing to better yourself? This is a pretty significant crime you've been charged or been convicted of. Tell me what you've been doing to better yourself. What kind of classes have you been taking?
Yes, sir. From day one, when I entered DOC, from 2005, I started drug education therapy. I was taking victim awareness. It's ABOW now, but I took victim awareness, and I've been continuously involved in 818A ongoing. I completed 12 steps. All of these things were done before I even knew I had a parole date. I didn't even know about this parole date until January. But I've continually been trying to better myself from day one. From the minute I hit the Department of Corrections, I've been continually trying to be a better person and show that I'm a better person.
So you've taken, what about living in balance? What about thinking for a change? Any of those plans?
I did take living in balance. I lost a lot of my certificates. A lot of my certificates were lost in a house fire that my family went through. And I was under the impression that DOC the facility was keeping up with those certificates, but they wasn't. I have numerous classes. That's what I was doing to pass my time, to try to stay out of trouble. I was taking all these classes, and like I said, I have a lot of them certificates now from the recent ones, but a lot of my certificates were lost. And I have no way of proving this, but the truth is I did take a lot of classes. I've never taken the thinking for a change. I signed up for the class, but I wasn't, they never placed me in to get. I was put on the waiting list for it.
Okay. And you think you took living in balance?
I know for sure that I took living in balance before.
Phase 1 and phase 2?
I don't remember the pages, sir. It's been a while.
Phase 1, there's 2 phases. Phase 1 and phase 2.
Oh, yes, sir. I thought you said phase. I did phase 1. Yes, sir. I never did phase 1. Yes, I did phase 1. I misunderstood you. I thought you said pages.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have a record of some of those, but you're telling me you took it. They have record of you taking some classes, personal development, problem solving, anger management, victim awareness installed and pre-release.
Yes, sir. Those are the classes I've taken here. Most of them I took here.
Right. That's right. What's your plans? Where are you gonna go? What you gonna do?
Well, it's not a plan. It's what I'm going to do if I'm released. My ultimate goal, the end result is I want to play it forward. I want to work with children. I want to keep kids from the situation that I'm in. I want to help them not go through this. I grew up in basically a no-parent home. The truth may be told. Not a single-parent home, basically a no-parent home. My mother was addicted to crack, and she was never there. And that's why I'm trying to explain that the streets was all I knew. The life and crime was all I knew. The guys in the neighborhood that were having things and driving around in these flashy cars were all I knew. And I wanted to be a part of that. I didn't understand, and ignorance is not an excuse, sir, but I didn't understand order. I didn't understand correction. I didn't understand obedience. I didn't understand those things. Therefore, I didn't have a respect for them. And, excuse me, I made a lot of mistakes. I did. I made a lot of mistakes, but that's not who I am. I'm disgusted by who I was. I'm disgusted by what I did. I'm disgusted by the role I played in these crimes. But that is not the person I am. That is not who I am.
All right, Warren, you got any input for us?
Cedric said he's the head baker, and he's right. He's pretty dang good. He took a lot of things out here that for special events that most people don't realize comes out of a prison kitchen. So he's good at that. And he's been whatever we need him to do along any lines other than that as far as kitchen work. He did have a little setback at the gate with the officer, but his conduct is you don't hear his name a lot.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Get answer on Mr. Rochelle's question. Thank you, Warren.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Milberry. How are you?
How are you, sir?
Because you've done a lot of talking this morning. And I'll tell you this, man. So let me talk now. Mr. Luke, you've lost 917 hours of good time. That's 2.5 years of good time day. You said the last intoxication before 2020 was 10, 12 years ago. How about your write-up in 2015, the number 14, for intoxication, when you lost 90 days good time and you was taken to a maximum lockdown? Tell me what that was for.
Sir, that incident happened at Dixon Correctional Center. I was given...
Were you incarcerated?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I misunderstood your question. I'm sorry.
So tell me what that write-up was for number 14 in 2015 when you lost 90 days good time and you were sent to maximum lockdown.
Yes, sir. I smoked a cigarette that was laced with synthetic marijuana. That's what that was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what that was.
And in the last 9 years, you've had about 12 contraband write-ups. They've been sent to restricted housing at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times.
Yes, sir.
So your disciplinary conduct is horrible. It's terrible. And your last write-up was in 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you said it was a year and a half ago. It was only 15 months ago.
That was January of 2022, sir.
Right, 15 months ago.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't a year and a half ago. You can't ingratiate and make yourself look better than you actually are. And parole hearing is all about telling the truth, telling exactly the way it is.
Yes, sir.
And you try to ingratiate everything about your incarceration.
I understand.
You say that year and a half.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. You're correct.
I just wanted to let you know that we have the record, we have your extensive history, we know you have a poor supervision history, and we know you have law enforcement observation, and the DA's office is adamant for the early release. Thank you, Mr. Milberry.
All right, now we hear from Adrian Shaw. I'd like to make a brief statement.
Yes, sir. I am Cedric's oldest sister. I know that Cedric has not had a perfect record or even at times a good record with disciplinary issues. But what I can say is that he is not the same person that he was when he was first sentenced. He has made some mistakes, but he has also learned from those mistakes. He has grown a lot. He has had his life transformed over this time. Growing up, we didn't really grow up together, and I've always felt a sense of responsibility for not having helped him more. And I wasn't really in a position to do that. And I know this is really about him, but what I'm about to say is that I serve as the opioid prevention outreach coordinator for the Louisiana Department of Health for Region 8. I'm also a founding member of the Northeast Louisiana Recovery Coalition and a member of the Reentry Coalition. So I work with people every day who are rebuilding their lives, who have made some mistakes, but have supports that help them. And I'm just asking for the opportunity to be that for my brother, for him to have an opportunity to live a life with the supports that he never had growing up. Cedric was a really young man when he came into custody, and he's not that same little boy that he was. He's changed and he's grown to become a man. And I am asking if you will please give him the opportunity to show forth and go forth being the person that he now is, and not the situations and circumstances that he was a part of. Thank you.
All right, now we'll hear from Ms. Deidre Talton. Ms. Deidre here. All right, go ahead and make a brief statement.
Okay, my name is Deidre Talton. Cedric Littleberry is my brother, and I have watched Cedric grow. I watched him grow from a kid up until now. Cedric has made a lot of mistakes in his life. He used to wouldn't own up to his mistakes or take responsibility for the things that he's done, but now he has taken full responsibility for the things that he has done, and he's trying to better himself and make a better life for himself. So I'm here to support him. I have the opportunity to be able to give him employment and be able to give him a place to stay and to be able to help him be a better him in the times to come. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we're from Kendrius Talton. Brief statement.
My name is Kendrius Talton, and I am Cedric's nephew. I was just a very little kid when he went into incarceration. And through these years, my mom and him have ensured that we developed a strong relationship. Our relationship stayed strong, and that we had the opportunity to know who our uncle was. We are a family of strong ties. We help each other. We've been on this journey with my uncle for the last 23 years. And through those years, I've seen him grow. I've seen him mature. And he's turned out to be someone that I can look up to in the aspects of being redeemable, in the aspects of being of accountability, and in the aspects of making the best of a situation, and there are consequences for your actions. I am a critical care nurse practitioner, and I've built myself a successful life. And through that, I am able to help and support my uncle on this journey. We are a family of strong ties. He has a lot of support behind him. And I know that I have no reservations that he will make the most of his opportunity to be successful and to reach society a better person. And I'm just asking you to give him the opportunity, and that he has a lot of support behind him, and we know that he's going to make the most of this opportunity. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your comment. George, would you like to make any type of statement? George?
My name is
George. Okay, you'd like to make a statement? Okay, I'm sorry. Safe, go ahead.
Thank you. I had just turned 18, not even 3 weeks before whenever I got robbed at work that night. And that bullet almost went to the back of my head. And 24 years later, I'm 41 years old, and I can't even sleep at night by myself because I'm scared of what's in the dark. I can't go places after dark by myself. I'm scared to let my kids go to work. And it's trauma. I understand people do change, but there's some things you can't change. Cedric can't change what he did in my mind. And he can't change what my life is. I didn't even have time to grow up. Ever since then, I can't even be by myself at dark. And this is something I want people to think about.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I almost died that night. And I didn't even do anything wrong. I was just a kid trying to work. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So sorry. Thank you for your comment. All right, Cedric, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. I fully understand everything that my victim has went through. I did not act in these crimes alone, but I take full responsibility for what I did. I know the physical pain will heal, even though I never hurt anyone a day in my life. I know that the mental anguish can last a lifetime. I know that the role I played in that crime may have damaged her life, and I know that I hurt her. And I ask God every day to forgive me for what I've done. I cry myself to sleep sometimes when I think about the pain that I've caused, when I think about what I've done to my life, when I think about the hurt and the things I put my family through. But at the end of the day, sir, it's not about me anymore. These changes I made in my life, the things I'm doing with my life, it's not about me. It's about my family. It's about people like the victim of this crime. It's about the kids in my life, my grandbabies, my great nieces and nephews. It's about them. It's about, how can I say I love them if I continue to live the way I was living? How can I say I love myself if I continue to do the things that I did back then? I just beg for forgiveness. I pray to God that she finds it in her heart to one day forgive me. I understand the hurt. I understand the pain. And I'm truly sorry. I'm truly sorry for the roles I played in this. I'm so, it's words I can't even explain the way I feel, the hurt that I feel, the disgrace I feel in myself. I apologize to you, sir, on the end if you feel as if I was trying to build myself up into something that I'm not. I put so much of the things that I've done at the back of my mind because I didn't want to face the wrong that I have done. I tried to hide from it. And I just recently learned to come to cope and come to grips with life and circumstances and the wrong that we do in life. And I know that, again, I know that the mental pain, the mental anguish lasts a lifetime. And I'm not who I was. And regardless of the decision of this board today, I want to continue to change and continue to be better and continue to move forward in life and continue to try to be the best person that I can. But those in my life that love me and for myself and for God, because this is not who I am. That is not who I am. The crimes, the mistakes I made, the crimes I was a part of, me allowing people to manipulate me to do some things that I knew was wrong. That's not me.
All right.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate your comments. Sounds great about it. I'll go first. Appreciate those comments. Appreciate the things that you said. This is significant crimes. It's caused a lot of damage and a lot of pain for a lot of people, the victims, for your family, for everybody involved. I want to thank you, Victor, for being here. I know that was difficult. I think, I do think you are heading in the right direction. I don't think you're there just yet, but you're heading in the right direction. You need to get those disciplinaries under control. You've had a good job for a while. You've stayed in there in an area that says a lot. Look, I would, what's been burned up or what hasn't been burned up, or whatever classes you had taken, you don't have a record of. But like thinking for a change, living in balance, victim awareness. Those are the classes I'd like to see you take. So if you come back in front of me, I'd like to see you get those again. I see you taking the pre-release, classes, but which has a component of all of those different things. I'd like to see you. I think you need to get your disciplinaries under order. I think you need to take some more classes and really get down to what happened. But today, for me, my vote is to deny you parole. But you're close. Keep working hard. You'll get there, Mr. Rocho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Barry, I really think that you turned it over, which I need to see a longer period of time where you have no despair write-ups and continue the positive things that you're doing while incarcerated. One of the considerations are delightful. I want you to continue doing what you're doing, and I want you to stay right up free with a significant amount of time, right back and writing a different story. So I'm going to be saying this to Mr. Kelson.
Mr. Knotson.
Mr. Littleberry, you're so close. You're so close. Your conduct record is what it is. That's causing you some problems. I do agree with my colleagues on that day of 9, and after the same period, it's taken right up through. Reaffirm. You don't get any right.
All right, 3 votes to deny. Today, your parole's been denied. Good luck to you.
The defendant, Cedric LaShawn Littleberry, was charged with attempted armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, illegal possession of stolen property, and armed robbery arising from 2 separate offenses. And here are the facts of the case. On October 13, 1999, the defendant and a male companion, wearing ski masks, then entered the Subway store in West Monroe. The cashier then fled to the back and locked the door in the kitchen. The defendant fired a shot from a silver-colored pistol through that door, forced it open, and made the cashier at gunpoint open the cash box and register. The defendant then took about $320 from that register, and as they were leaving, the defendant then threatened that cashier and said, "If you notify the police, I will kill you." Then again, on December 11th of 1999, in West Monroe, Louisiana, the defendant confronted an employee of a fast food store as she was making a night bank deposit. He threatened her with what is believed to be the same silver-colored handgun and demanded money. The victim drove away, but the defendant fired a shot at her. It is said that the shot was so close that it sheared her head. During her escape, the victim's tires were blown out, apparently when she struck the curb at the bank. She abandoned her car at a supermarket and got a ride to the police station from bystanders. The defendant, who had followed her, tried to enter the victim's locked car by hitting the window with the butt of his gun. However, the gun handle broke. He then shot out the window of the victim's car. When the police responded, they apprehended the defendant behind the supermarket. The gun was then found on the ground in the area where he was stopped. A computer check revealed it had been stolen. Shortly thereafter, the police learned that the defendant's girlfriend had been involved in both robberies. She told investigators that she had driven the defendant and his male companion to the subway robbery and then picked them up after the crime. She also admitted that she and the defendant had planned the second robbery and that she had acted as the driver of the getaway car. According to her, the defendant had used the same gun in both crimes. As the woman said in the video we just watched, right after the crime, she did say that she felt like he nearly killed her. In fact, when she testified, it was said that she said, "The bullet fired through the door nearly struck me in my head. In fact, it was so close that it burned my scalp and my hair." So that is what she is alleged to have said to the people, not necessarily at trial, but when they were talking to her right after the crime had happened, the police and people right after the crime. I don't know if she said that at trial or not because I don't have that transcript handy, but I do know that she said that because I'm reading it right now. So I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know what you thought of it, if you felt like he should have gotten paroled there or if they made the right decision. I often feel like I'm torn because I feel sometimes that people who hurt children get paroled sometimes, and then people who it feels like that they maybe do seem remorseful sometimes don't. But I'm glad I'm not in that situation to make those decisions. However, if you hurt a child, you're never getting out. So yeah, I can say that. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and let me know if you like these type of videos. And if you do, I'll try to keep them coming. Thank you.